And we're back. Welcome back, everybody, to the Fogcast. A very special episode today. I am joined today by a very good friend of mine and amateur up-and-coming mixed martial artist, Dazz Kolovos. Everybody, wait. We've got Is it a bit of applause? Yeah, we'll give a bit of applause. Welcome. No worries, bro. So I thought I'd start today off by asking you just a little bit about yourself and how you got started in mixed martial arts, or in martial arts, I should say, because I know you started off as a Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah. Okay, well, how I started, remember like going to the video stores and stuff like Blockbuster and that. I'd go there with my dad every Friday after school. I'd always walk to the Kung Fu section.
Yeah.
He knew where I was as soon as he walked in. I'd try and find the latest Kung Fu movie or whatever, whether it's Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Jet Li. Jet Li ended up being my favourite.
All the Lees.
But yeah, I just watched. I was always infatuated by combat and like especially arm-to-arm combat. And like I fell into the WWE trap.
Yep.
Like when that was all good. I love me.
I think we all did when we were younger, eh?
Super entertaining. I love the entertainment side of it, all the hype and the promos and all that. So naturally, it's rolled over to the UFC and MMA. I can see all those different aspects in it, but it's the real deal. So it's real combat. Can I beat you? Can you beat me?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Well, that's why I love it as well, man. It's so definitive.
You can't lie.
Who's the real deal?
You can't lie. You can talk all that smack. You can sell all those pay-per-views, but once you get in there, you can tell what's the real deal. What martial art works better, and when to apply this and so forth and so on. So yeah, it's just really interesting, man. I haven't found a sport or anything that's even comes close, to be honest. My dad was a professional rugby league player and all that. We'd always watch rugby. But once I saw fights, man, there was no going back. I can't watch a full game of rugby anymore.
I know. That was like me as well, man, because I played rugby for like 8 years and I played so many different sports and ice hockey and everything like that. But as soon as I started doing jiu-jitsu, I was like, oh, no, it's over. Like, fighting is the ultimate sport. Like, who cares how many fucking points you can score? Like, I want to know how many times he can hit him.
How can he hit him and not get hit? And how can he submit the guy? And against all odds. Yeah, man, it's the flood. Once you open the floodgates, you can't close them back
it's
up.
over, eh?
There's too many competitions going on at the same time, like all across the globe. Yeah, it's non-stop. It's the best time to be a fight fan too.
It really is.
We're truly blessed. And
there's so much content out there these days, man. Oh, Jack.
We've lost
some
camera.
technical
we've
difficulties,
lost
guys.
Sorry,
guys, we're not the most professional podcast on the market.
Where's Jamie? Where did Jamie go? Jamie, fix that.
So how long have you been training Muay Thai for?
Okay, so Muay Thai, funny story this. I was play sparring in my, I live in Europe complex. I was play sparring. We just watched the UFC. I think it was Rampage versus John Jones.
Oh,
and me and my brother
great
were like,
fight.
Yeah. Scrap and a half.
Hence why you were fighting afterwards. Yeah. G'd up.
So we went down to the pool. We were like pretending to do, I don't know, we didn't know what techniques we were doing. We were just throwing hands. And this guy over in the other pool was like, hey, do you guys do MMA? And we were like, no. But does it look like we do it? That's cool. We must be all right. And he's like, do you want to come train Muay Thai with me tomorrow night? And I was like, yeah, sure. My brother was like, nah, I'm all good. I was like, yeah, let's do it. So the next night he lived two units above me. Came down, picked me up. We drove to Knockout at Miami. Yeah. And I had my first Muay Thai session there with Dean and fell in love with it, eh?
That was
Apparently, that was it. When I come home, Mum was like, you were on cloud night. Similar to you when you
I was just about to say, it's so funny that I've never actually heard that story before of how you got into Muay Thai, because it's very similar to how I got into jiu-jitsu.
Like, I hear it's a very common theme. Like you go there, just like we were talking about with fights and that, just the floodgates open. You're like, oh my God, this is amazing.
For those who don't know, I met Dazz at a pub 3 years ago, and we were watching the UFC. Well, Dazz, you were watching the UFC with some friends, separate, and I was watching it on my own, being a very sad sack. When I was still smoking cigarettes.
True fight fan, though.
I can drink a bit. Yeah, went down there. I'm like,
by yourself. I've been there too.
Yeah,
true fight
I
fan.
Always went down on Sundays to watch the fights. Never ever did I let's bring it back. Never did I ever think that I'd ever be a fighter or train or anything like that. But you called me over when we were at the pub and you were like, hey man, do you want to come watch the fights with us? And I was like, oh yeah, sure thing. Like, I'll come watch the fights. And we watched the fights, and then I think we had some drinks, and we had some laughs.
What it was the conversation.
Yeah.
I'd say something, then you'd say something. You'd bounce off what I said, and I was like, hey, hang on a minute, this guy understands MMA. Like, to a point that a lot of people don't. Like, there's casuals, and then there's people that really, really know the sport.
Yeah.
Watch it. And you were one of them. I recognized it straight away. I was like, who the fuck is that? Like, I like this guy. This guy knows what he's talking about. Then I was off to the races.
Yeah.
It was every Sunday. We almost watched all the fights.
Yeah.
We had mutual friends. Shout out to J-Tag.
Yeah, JTeasy Too Easy.
Too Easy, baby. So we had that mutual friend, and then, that's been it.
But it's funny that that's how we met, like, organically over the fights like that, just without someone there to kind of...
That's the MMA gods still a little sprinkle.
Yeah, exactly.
You two need to meet. So.
But then you were like, you just dragged me along to a jiu-jitsu class one day down in Tweed, and I came along, and same thing. I just couldn't wipe the smile off my face.
Fell in love with it. You were smiling the whole way there, because this is when neither of us had a car or anything.
Yeah, we're on the bus.
You were smiling the whole way there and the whole way back.
That's right. We're on the bus.
It was awesome.
And as soon as we started, what did we do the first? I think we were taught an Americana. And like I did it, and I grabbed it, figure four, and then I twisted and some tab, and I was like, oh shit, that's powerful. I was fucking oath.
It's a superpower, man.
And it was, I just fell in love with it straight away. I know the feeling.
Well, I remember talking to you because you were like, because you'd had that incident in Melbourne where you had the concussion.
Yeah.
Got dog shot. Fucking low life scum. Anyway.
Yeah. Look it up on Channel 9 News if you want.
Yeah. Bastards. They're out there though. But now you got the superpower in your back pocket.
Exactly. I'll snap crackheads in half these days.
So you said you didn't want to do Muay, because I'm predominantly a Muay Thai, I'm a striker guy. You're like, I don't want to do any striking or anything, I'll get hit. But that jiu-jitsu stuff, I'd like to train that. I was like, yeah, awesome. Because that's when I was fairly fresh in it too. Yeah. And then, got you down there, and that's it. Now, look how your life's changed around.
I've completely changed. Flipped my life upside down.
Which is awesome.
I was smoking, drinking, bartending. Shit sleep, shit food.
Oh, shit.
And then I was like, as soon as I started doing jiu-jitsu, I was like, well, I can't do both.
Yeah.
I can't do both. And I love jiu-jitsu too much to fucking still keep smoking and stuff. And when I committed to jiu-jitsu, it was, I wanted to, what it was the cigarettes were costing me $40 a week. Yeah. All the bells and whistles for papers, lighter, and a pouch. Yeah. And jiu-jitsu classes cost $40, like $37 a week. And I was like, well, if I stop smoking and I start jiu-jitsu, then that's the perfect
trade,
rationalization for me. I was like, well, if I can afford it, then I can do it. Yeah. And then I started training 5 days a week and
change your whole life.
Change my whole life.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is awesome. I always tell everyone you're my success story, because you can imagine how many conversations I have. Oh, you train Muay Thai, you fight, do you? And I was like, yeah, you should come down and try it sometime. Everyone says, yeah, I'll come. On the piss.
Everyone says they want it.
Yeah. I'd love to, man. Yeah.
Especially on the piss.
And then, when push comes to shove and it's time to go and train and get choked and get a little piece of that humble pie, not many people show up. Yeah. And if they do show up the once, they won't come again. So, yeah.
And it is tough at the start. I get it. I got squished, man, for fucking ages, 6 months almost. But when I got my first submission, I was like, I'm in this for life now. I was like,
guillotine?
No, it was a triangle.
Of course.
Yeah,
silly mistake.
It's always going to be a triangle.
Yeah.
I was just like, holy shit! Like I squeezed his head until he fucking tapped, and I was like, that's amazing. And it was Duncan, if you remember Duncan.
Oh yeah, solid lad.
He was like a gymnast or something. He was like a trapeze.
Athletic freak.
Super athletic, huge jack dude. And I caught him in a triangle when I was like, nothing. Fresh started, and just I was like, I'm doing this. This is it. I'm doing this.
Yeah, that's it.
I never felt like powerful before. I never really considered myself athletic or I'd always played sports and stuff, but I'd never been like, I don't know, that inclined into it. I was kind of like, oh, nah, like that's for other people. You know what I mean? That's for motivated people or whatever.
Nah, it's for everyone, man.
It really is. It absolutely changed my life.
Changes your whole, from your physical health to your mental health as well.
I brought my shoulders back, brought my chin up in the air.
More confidence. Yeah, people notice it. They feel your energy. It's different. But I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, and it's the loveliest community.
Surprisingly, isn't that surprising?
Yeah,
the meanest people are the nicest.
The first day, it's terrifying walking into a fight gym. You're like, oh, fuck, and you feel like there's a target on your back. But as soon as you meet everyone, you realize everyone's lovely.
Oh, they're all lovely guys. Yeah,
and that's the other thing I like about jiu-jitsu is, man, you shake hands before and after every single like roll or fight.
No matter how intense.
No matter like
how many times you get done.
Yeah, whatever happens, it's just like smile and slap and bump afterwards. Give it
on to the next.
And if you get smashed real bad, you give them a hug almost.
Yeah.
Like it's just,
and then you sniff them out the next training session.
Yeah. I gotta get that one back.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
It's a great sport, man. I love it. I honestly love it. I mean, online the community seems like it's fucked.
Yeah.
Like if you look into the comment section, but if you look at the comment section in anything,
that's my whole argument. Like, there's going to be bad apples in every single walk of society. Like, there's always going to be those ones. Like, there's the meatheads that just want to beat you up. You're going to get that everywhere. You're going to get that in real estate. You're trying to, like you were mentioning in the last podcast. Yeah, like no matter what walk of life, there's always going to be assholes. That's just life. You're going to learn to Just
sorry.
That's life.
That's life.
People say.
Tommy with the
I was like, oh wait! I gotta put that one in.
I've got to think for this.
I gotta think for this. I actually have a button. It's over there.
Wow, that's good stuff. But yeah, so martial arts. Yeah.
It's the way to go, man. I recommend it for everybody. And I've seen people like old people train. Like I got people that train at my gym that are like in their late 50s. Who have like started training the last few years, man, and they just like, man, their knees are fucked, the shoulders are fucked. They're
go
all
easy on this. Go
easy on that.
No
they give you their fucking like
list of what not to touch. So I can't submit you, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Roll. Hold on to you.
Yeah.
Change positions. Sorry, mate.
But they still get after it,
Good
man.
on them.
Yeah.
Good on them. It's better than the person sitting at the bar flies, just sinking beers, going, "Oh, that guy, I'd stand up." Shout out to Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
I'd just stand up if he was holding me like that.
The casual pub conversations at a UFC event are probably the fucking worst. That's why I watch them at home now.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Especially now that I train, because I just sit there and go,
you don't understand.
I just want to choke everyone out. I'm like, this isn't healthy for me.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
No, it's not good. Not good. Isn't that funny that COVID came through and it's a thing, and now all of a sudden, it used to be religiously we'd be at the pub or somewhere watching the fights, and now just close friends.
You just want it at home now.
Or if we're just watching it by ourselves, our Instagram will just be going off in the direct message.
Did
you see that? I love doing that. Yeah.
But I like watching it at home because you can hear the commentary because I'm a super nerd.
True. And there's no one going, that guy sucks.
Man, there was one time I went to Palmy Pub to watch Usman versus Masvidal. And, Fisher, the massive fuckwit.
He's trained at
I'm good on him.
Keep going.
Yeah. That DJ dude, he was there with like 50 of his mates, and they were just being the most loudest, obnoxious like, like flipping cups over and shit. And I'm sitting there like trying to watch the fights, and it was just ruined, man. I hated every single minute of it. I was like, fuck, I just want to go home.
Outside energy, man. They corrupt your being.
Yeah.
You can't have it.
I was like, this is so disrespectful to the athletes. I'm like, you have no idea. These guys are fighting right now.
Do you understand what this takes?
And Masvidal got held down and fucking
toe stomped.
Yeah.
So you already living.
I'm living. And that went for 25 fucking minutes as well. And then I'm listening to Fisher going fucking making
fucking ready to go.
I was ready to go.
He was getting triangled.
Yeah.
Dude.
So how long you been at Boonchu for then?
We're coming on, so three and a half years. So, back to my story. Knockout. I was training there, and then my coach, he actually went to work in the mines. So he stopped teaching Muay Thai classes at Knockout. So I was like, all right, well, fuck. Instead of doing the logical thing and going to find a new gym, I was just like, no, fuck it. I'm not going to fight, not going to do anything, not going to train. So started getting on the piss and doing other questionable things, life choices and that. But then
you're young though.
Yeah, it happens. You got to go through that, I think, to realise what's
100%.
actually important. What's worth your time. But I went back to, so I trained at Boonchu a few sessions when I was 20, and then I popped my shoulder out, and then I stopped training completely, started smoking heaps of pot and just doing dumb shit. And then I came back to the gym. Yeah, naturally. That's where the bomb's at.
There's a medicine.
The doctor told me, no, he didn't tell me. So I went back to Boonchu after 3 years, and I walked in, and the first person that saw me was Angie, and she looked me dead in the eye, and she's like, "Where you been?" After three years, she's like, "Where you been?"
Which is how martial arts gyms are as well. It's the same at Fight Club, man. Someone comes in that hasn't been there 2 years. Where you been?
Hey, how you going? Like, nice to see you. Where you been? Like, what's going on? So straight away I was like, well, she remembered me, so I must have made an impression on her.
Yeah.
And
in turn, that makes an impression on you.
Exactly. I was like, oh, good on it. All right. So, yeah, and I was working in a kitchen at the time, and I just asked her, I was like, I want to have a fight. She's like, all right, you got to train 6 days a week, come to sparring, and I'll get you a fight. I was like, all right. So sure enough, trained 6 days a week, got the first fight within, I think it was like 4 months of being back there, and fought to a draw, but I was still like my nutrition was terrible. I was still smoking at the time and all that. So I fought to a draw, won the first round, gassed out completely. I didn't realize you were capable of getting so gassed out and dehydrated.
It's different when you got the adrenaline and it's in the moment.
That's what it was. It was adrenaline dump. Like, it was like proper dump. It was terrible. But I never wanted to feel like that again. So I quit smoking after the first fight. Lucky enough to get the draw, but yeah, quit. And then trained ever since, every day, 6 days a week. And then got my second fight on 4 days' notice. So Angie just looks at, she's the funniest trainer, man. She's always pushing me to do better. She was like, a guy's just pulled out from a fight on the weekend. So this was on a Tuesday. And she's like, this is on a Saturday. She's like, I reckon you could take this guy. I was like, sorry, all good?
Swiss, yeah, all good.
She's like, I reckon you could take him. I was like, you reckon? She's like, yeah, what's
so
the worst?
How many days?
What's the worst can happen? I was like, I get knocked out, or like I'll get tired, or I gas out. She's like, nah, you're all right. You're always trained. I was like, yeah, you're right. I do always train. So it was 4 days. So found out about the fight on Tuesday, had to weigh in on Friday, and then I make the walk on Saturday. So yeah, ended up making weight. So I had to cut about 4 kilos. Made the weight, won unanimous decision. And after that, I was like, fuck yeah, I won. I got my hand raised. I was like, all my hard work is, you know.
After you felt that feeling, getting your hand raised.
Yeah, validation, just straight up. That's the only way I can describe it. I was like, yep, this is me. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So
that was the moment when you were like, this is what I want to do for a career.
Yeah, when I took the fight on 4 days notice and still won, I was like, all right, I can actually.
I've got some talent, yeah.
I can actually do this. So yeah, but mind you, Muay Thai, I had ideas. I wanted to get belts and stuff in Muay Thai, but the end goal was always MMA. It was. I walked into the Muay Thai gym standing like an MMA guy, trying to be, you know,
karate stance.
They tried to mold me into the Muay Thai traditional. I took it on board, but I
well, because every like, you know, with martial arts, every technique has a time and place.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly. There's a time to apply it and there's a time not to. But yeah, so I decided then I was gonna dedicate my life to it, and then yeah, since then, other than being injured, I've been in the gym, twice. Well, now that I'm not working, I'm there twice a day. But usually,
that's awesome.
Yeah, usually it's at least once a day.
So then your next fight was that the one that I went to up in
the first round.
Yeah,
knockout.
First round KO.
Yeah. So that one, I as you know, I went to Thailand for 2 months to train with the Phuket top team. Did a proper MMA camp. That was more reassuring too. I got there, I saw how they were living, saw what it took. And
you were in amongst legit professional Bellator fighters.
Yeah, guy from UFC.
Yeah.
Keenan Song, he's a welterweight.
Johnny Walker as well?
Walker, I met Johnny Walker. I was eating food at a restaurant, and then my friend, my Kiwi brother, he was like, Mr. Walker. And I was like,
oh!
And I jumped up straight. He was all chill. I jumped up. I was like, Johnny, what's going on? Because you know how much me and you like him.
Yeah.
So my friend was all cruisy and like chill about it. And I jumped up. I was like, nice to meet you, man. How you doing? And then Carlisle, he's the guy from New Zealand. He was like, you're the man to beat John Jones? And then he looked at us both dead in the eyes and he's like, I will beat him. Yeah.
Oh,
and from then on, I was like,
sick.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you,
awesome.
mate. Yeah, because he truly believed it. And like, power to him. If you believe in yourself, go for it. That's what I
Well, that's when you get fans. That's when people get behind you.
Yeah.
If you get behind yourself, people are going to get behind you as well.
Yeah. Darren Till comes to mind.
Oh.
McGregor comes to mind.
That was awesome. That build up.
Oh, yeah.
Until he got
arsed.
Yeah.
Shame.
That was a shame.
He was meant to take that loss.
He's still high level, man. He's still super
amazing,
legit.
Man.
Yeah.
And he takes...
I still really respect the way he carries himself to this day.
He's only young. He's like my age. He's like a year older than me, which is insane. He's like, And I feel like we've watched him mature on the job.
100%.
Like,
Well, now he's gone up 15 pounds as well, and he's in the middleweight division.
Can eat all the foods that he wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Power to him. He's the type of guy that should have been up at middleweight. Like Gastelum, probably not. Gastelum's more of an actual.
Yeah, well, Gastelum's 5'9".
Yeah, see, that's too small.
Yeah, it's the same with DC.
I know we say that, but we just watched him win. But,
yeah.
You can win, but you can do good and win. But I reckon he could have been even been a lightweight champion.
Yeah.
Gastelum. But yeah, as Henry Cejudo says, he's happy eating a lot of food. Where's that happiness scale? Like,
it's true. If it boosts your mental capacity, then so who's to say he's doing something wrong?
He's cutting out all these burritos and stuff.
He's Mexican. He's got to eat his burritos.
Man's gonna have his burrito.
Ay ay
Spice. So yeah, I just went on a tangent. What were we talking about?
I don't even know, bro. We're on a fucking massive tangent. We'll talk about your This is how our fucking conversations always go.
This is how it goes.
No, we'll talk about your Muay Thai fights, I believe, when you KO'd that kid in the first round. Actually, I will bring that back up because that was awesome. So we were up in, where was it? Ipswich? No, it was fucking Logan. Was it Logan? Was it Logan? It was like,
it was one of those
lock
suburbs.
your car. Fucking, you know what I mean? Make sure you got your fucking wallet on you on your way out.
Yeah.
We went up there and your opponent was about 19. This is probably about a year ago?
Yeah,
year and a half ago?
Full of confidence.
Huge kid. He was
Massive,
a big
6'2",
fucking
big
broad
boy.
shoulders. Yeah, looked enormous. Crowd favorite, like local hero.
Yeah.
Like must have the town record for eating the most wicked wings or something. Because he was like everyone knew his name.
Everyone knew him.
Yeah.
Came out doing these ones.
Yeah, it came out, already won. The whole crowd was going nuts. And then it was like me, J-Tag, Cohen, and Amy. And it was just like four of us there on like enemy territory.
And you guys were louder than the whole army.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
I was feral when you came. I was like, yeah, fucking done, yeah. Like, I was going mental. And then that was a quick one. That was first round KO. I think you dropped him twice.
He came into my range.
You came in. You've been working on your boxing at that time, I believe. Yeah. And then I think you sat him down with a straight punch.
It was a right. It was a dip to the right.
Yep.
Right hook.
Right hook.
And I caught him behind the temple.
That soft, sweet spot on the temple, yeah.
That's the one. He shouldn't have got back up, but he got up, power to him. And then I just did the slide in 1-2, and he'd had enough.
Yeah.
That was that. But that was after 2 months in Thailand, coming back just eager to fight. We were trying to get me an MMA fight, but we just couldn't get me an MMA fight. So I was like,
you had a couple opponents drop out, didn't you?
Yeah. Couple. I was set to I was matched to fight a couple people, but whatever happened. It happens. It is the fight game.
Yeah.
But yeah, got that fight, and then 3 weeks later, I had my fourth Muay Thai fight.
That's right.
That's where I hyperextended my knee in the first 30 seconds. It was so bad.
Fuck.
I chopped he threw a leg kick at me, and I slid out of the way, threw my own leg kick, and toppled it, made him fall off balance. And as he stumbled to his right, I threw a switch high kick. It's my favourite kick. Not yet.
It's his least favourite kick.
I never throw switch kicks in my life.
He's predominantly a boxer.
I don't actually kick at all. But yeah, through that, and then he was too close. He fell in, and I ended up landing with like the upper part of the shin to the knee, and my foot and shin kept going, and it hyperextended my knee. And then as I landed, you see in the video, I jolt, and I'm like, oh dear.
Yeah, newborn baby deer.
Yeah. Babe giraffe. That's
On skates.
Yeah. So yeah, had to tough that out. And then I ended up knocking him out in the third round with that same leg, with the same kick, switch high kick. But that was after conditioning the guy to the body, kicking his body. And then, getting
awesome.
The KO. But like I was saying to all my friends, I was like, I wanted a war. I wanted to go through some adversity. And
you conquered adversity.
Sure enough, first 30
Prove
seconds.
to yourself that you belong.
Yeah. And that's what matters. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
100%.
That's what I think about me and what you think. Yeah, in all walks of life. So, and then from that, I told my trainer, I was like, all right, that was my last Muay Thai fight. I'm no longer training. I'm no longer fighting Muay Thai. Straight up MMA, let's go. Then sure enough, I didn't have to leave Boonchu or anything or go train elsewhere. Like I was training at Checkmat and then at Fight Club with you.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, Boonchu, the world-renowned Muay Thai gym, turns
Muay Thai
into...
purist gym.
Yeah. Turns into...
John Wayne No-Gi Pa.
Oh, man. Sure enough, it turned into MMA gym. Now we've got jiu-jitsu there. We've got Professor Daniel Almeida. He's a really cool guy. Really awesome. Really.
Yeah, he's lovely.
Play with him. He's awesome, man. I just wish he was a bit smaller so I could get good rounds with him.
So you could beat him.
Brick wall.
Well, he's light heavyweight, eh?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But like a DC light heavyweight.
DC.
Yeah.
Literally like DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so now we've got heaps of guys. We've got different guys that cross-train, people from like Flow, Southside. They come in, like we've got...
Jeff, yeah.
Brown belt that trains Jeff. Yeah, shout out to Jeff. He just won
He just won.
MMA debut.
Round
Third
3.
round, rear naked choke.
Yeah, shout out to Jeff.
My man, Jiu-Jitsu works. Yeah, and like Matt as well. Shout out to him. He won 2 fights in the one day, which is really awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but he's
good to boost the record.
Yeah. Oh, he debuted the same day as me, and then
because I was there that night. Yeah,
hadn't fought since, and then in one day he surpassed my record. He tripled my fight experience in MMA. It's like, you cheeky bastard. I got to get back in there.
But that's the good thing about the amateurs, you know.
Yeah.
You have the ability to kind of rack up wins like that.
For sure. But I was so stoked for him. But yeah, back to my point. Like, there's heaps of people cross training coming from around. People that you wouldn't even think train jiu-jitsu. They come in on the mats and they're like, got a coloured belt. You're like, oh, I didn't even know you
really
train.
true.
Like, they'll strike, yeah. And now, yeah. So, yeah, I didn't have to leave. Didn't have to cross train or travel too far. The MMA came to me. So I think it was just meant to be. It's meant to happen.
100%.
It's playing out.
It's awesome. Well, yeah. Well, I was at we were at your first fight, your MMA fight last October, and that was awesome. And that was a good fight too. That was like a back and forth, really like entertaining fight.
That was fun.
I was on the edge of my fucking seat.
I'm sure everyone.
Oh yeah, because he was a little Dagestani fucking wrestling dude with a beard.
Doing this one.
Yeah. Yes, no. Alhamdulillah, I take him down.
I'm so glad I didn't see that, dude, because if I saw that, I'd be like, oh, fuck, here we go. He's going to dive for the ankles. For people that don't know, that's what Khabib does before fights. He goes, me, no, Allah. Yeah. And if I saw that being a striker, I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Yeah. We already knew he was going to dive, but yeah. Anyway, so I saw it on the replay. Tell you what, that fight, man, I've never made friends with someone without saying a word to them, and I think I made a friend for life through that guy, and I still haven't spoken to him or anything.
Really?
But like, yeah, we just, you saw it. We were shaking hands, laughing. He was talking shit when he had me down. His coach was like, punch, start punch. And I punched him, and he's like, he was talking to me. And I was like, hey, it is what it is, man. I don't know, man. He just seemed like a real cool.
It looked like you both had fun that night,
we
actually.
Both had fun. And that's, at the end of the day,
you were touching gloves each round, smiling the whole way through.
Yeah. It was sick, man. It was great. The crowd was getting behind us, and like my friend Luke from Ireland, he was like, let's go, champ, because we always say that to each other. He's like, let's go, champ. And then my opponent laughed, and I laughed, and then, I don't know, it was just a real cool atmosphere.
Yeah, I was screaming as well.
Couldn't have gone any better. But, yeah.
Oh, and you got to show class your striking, which was epic, man. You had it on point that night.
I wish I would have done more. I say, like, I always go into fights confident and everything, but because I had all my friends and family there, and, you know, it was on the Gold Coast, it was in my hometown.
And it's your debut.
My debut, guys 2-0.
It's televised. They got the lights. You're walking out.
I said it wouldn't affect me or anything, but I was gun shy in that first round. Definitely.
You're human.
Yeah, I wish I'd turned it on quicker, but at least I got to show it in the third.
Yeah.
But next time, more output, more fun. I promise. So tune in.
Look at that little promo.
That's why I noticed started in there. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, do you want to buy some sunglasses? No, I'm just kidding. All right, moving on.
Well, so you got a fight coming up.
Oh, yes.
So when is your next fight?
That's April 17th at the Sunshine Coast on Coastal Combat.
Coastal Combat?
Yeah.
Sick.
It's another tough opponent. He's 4-2, real strong everywhere. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. It's one of those fights where you wake up and you're excited. You know, there's a killer getting ready for you. So I'm like, this is going to be.
Because he's got a good record as well. He's 4-2.
4-2. Yeah, so he's had 6 fights. That was my first, so this is going to be my second. It's going to look a bit on paper, but it's good, like considering my Muay Thai experience.
It's not all about the records and how it looks on paper.
As we know, we're not all going to be fucking Floyd Mayweather.
Well, it's the most unpredictable sport on the planet as well. Like,
so much.
How much do we follow the UFC and still go into main events going, oh man, I don't know. I mean, he can win. It doesn't. Who knows?
If that happens,
there's too many variables to fighting.
Unless it's a McGregor fight, and then we're like, McGregor's going to win.
Dick riding since fucking 2017.
From the beginning, But yeah, so I'm excited for this matchup. It's going
That's going to be sick.
My coach is Brad. He's like, I don't know, I walked into the gym and I just had a big smile on my face and he had a big smile on his face because we both know we've got some work to do.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's exciting. So, yeah.
Especially if your coach is that excited for you to fight. That must give you even
well,
extra confidence.
they're always excited when I fight because I think there's not enough. I'm not doing it enough for how much I train. I think they'd like for me to compete a bit more. But like, the matchup's got to make sense and everything. Injuries are always a thing. But it's most importantly, it's what I want to do. If I want to fight MMA, I'm going to fight MMA. I don't want to do gi jiu-jitsu matches, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like a Muay. I've already had Muay Thai fights. They're fun and all that, but it's limiting my skill set. So, and I've got to chop and change the stance and, you know.
It's still experience in other areas, but it's not the right experience that you want.
Yeah, no.
It's different.
It's all about I know. A lot of coaches and everything will say just compete. But my heart's got to be in it. For me to compete, I would need to want to win.
100%.
Because otherwise,
what's the point?
If I get caught in a triangle, maybe if I don't want to be there, maybe I'll tap. Whereas if I wanted to be there, I'll fight now and, to the death to get out of that triangle to win. So, yeah, it's all about, what do I want? Very selfish sport, guys.
It is a selfish sport. You're allowed to be selfish.
But,
hey, I got a podcast where the name of it is my name. You want to talk about selfish? I talk to
myself for a living.
Like, I literally... me. How many shots?
So it is what it is.
But man, I reckon have as many fights as you want at fucking amateur before you go pro. If there's anything I've learned from pro fighters, it's don't cross that path until you're ready. You know?
And I know that. My coaches know that. I want to fight all the different body types in the amateur scene. So I don't care. That's why I'm taking these fights where the guys got 6 times more experience, 5 times. I don't know. I was never good at math, people. So. More fights than me. I just don't care.
But it's not like you don't train and you haven't been training for the last fucking how many years.
Yeah, and I doubt the guy studies the game as much as I do.
So do I.
I highly doubt that. People fight, but kind of upset, I'll randomly message Tom at 2 a.m. What if McGregor does get taken down? What happens? If he gets the dagger headed handcuff? I don't know.
Our DMs, our DMs are filled with bullshit like that constantly.
Dude. Oh, dude.
Even Alyssa's always gone. It's like, who are you texting right now? And I'm like, oh, it's Dazz. He's asked me how to jiu-jitsu move. Yeah, it's like a log entry. You wouldn't understand why.
How did he get out of that? Yeah, so true. But yeah.
Speaking of UFC, good card this weekend.
Woo! Get out of the way, fly. I'm going to put myself on the fridge.
It's a bad place to be a fly. We got 2 trained killers in the fucking room.
Going to put my first notch on the fridge.
For those who don't know, I've got a tally of murdered flies on my fridge.
Yeah. And Tommy's out in front. Is it Tom or is it
I'm out in front. Jazz is a close second.
There.
Yeah. Jazz is a boxer as well. Jazz is a quick boy.
Shoulder roll, pop. Back to the card. Stacked.
Yeah, super stacked. I actually might get the card up.
Good idea.
I might get the card up because holy shit balls. So you're coming around on the weekend to watch these ones because they're going to be...
Have to.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, also viewers. So me, Tom, Cohen, whenever we get together, our boy, whoever we're going for, seems to lose.
Yeah, there's some superstitious fucking force field. I don't know what it is.
Boys can't get together and enjoy a main event when our boy... Mind you, we do love a lot of fighters, and that's probably our downfall.
Yeah,
because there's always got to be a loser. But
it's hard following this sport because the people that you like are not necessarily gonna win all the time, and stylistically they'd be in bad matchups. But you like the guys like Wonderboy. If Wonderboy's fighting anyone, I'm on Team Wonderboy.
Yeah. Same. Likewise. Is he your favorite?
Yeah, I think he is, man. He is.
Down, see what I did there.
Got him. He is. Yeah, he is, man. I mean, he's the
class act.
He's the nicest motherfucker.
Class act.
He fucking is the best, man.
He's a DC hero.
He just seems very authentic to me.
Yeah.
You know, there's Cejudo, who's the fucking king of cringe and fucking, all the bullshit. I won't go into it.
I love it.
Yeah. And Covington and stuff, there's the act or whatever. You don't know who they really are. Yeah. But then there's Steven Wonderboy. He's Wonderboy, through and through. It's DC as well. I always love DC.
Yeah, well, isn't it funny how like the fans really didn't like DC? He was getting booed.
Even I didn't really like DC.
Either. We jumped on that board. I didn't. And then all of a sudden, I love the guy, and I don't know
I think
why.
it was the John Jones beef, and John Jones at the time was the Nike kid. He was the Johnny Bones Jones.
boy.
He was fucking killing everyone. Hadn't popped for steroids yet, as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I know. Anyway, somewhere along the road.
But I'm glad he is
you
where
wanna
he is
say
now
that.
because he's the fucking.
Who's really winning? DC's. I think
DC's
DC won
winning.
that right.
Did you see what John Jones posted on
Yeah,
Instagram today, bro?
No life, dude.
Oh, haters gonna hate. Yeah, everyone's gonna hate you, John. You dick.
It's not even a knockout either. That's like
It's
an
a
extended
TKO. DC's never been like knocked out, really.
Clean, yeah.
Like he hasn't been. He's been like
Yeah.
had the effects of fucking a concussion. Definitely, and like
yeah.
fallen
He's had
over.
hurt.
But like our cold, no.
Tough
Yeah,
week.
chill out, John Jones. I mean, to be fair, imagine being John Jones when DC on
always
on
throwing
Sports
shade.
Center literally said, "Oh, John Jones has no knockout power," and you're sitting there going, "Well, I'm pretty sure I stopped you with my
Yeah.
fucking hands." So
If roles were reversed, if I was John Jones, I'd probably
yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But if
Yeah,
I was
okay,
John Jones, I'd
I
also
see where
take
he's coming
less
from.
steroids and less cocaine and hit
Not
less
sandbagging.
pregnant women with my car.
True, very true.
Yeah, but that's just me though. That's
that's
just the kind of guy.
personal,
That's the kind of
personal.
guy
Yeah.
I am. I'm a white guy. Oh, sorry. No, I didn't mean to. I didn't. That slipped out.
He's got a white shirt on.
Yeah. I have a white shirt. All right, we'll start off with the main card. We got Thiago Santos versus Alexander Rakic.
Rakic. See, this card
Sleeper.
is so stacked.
Sleeper.
I didn't even know that was
I didn't even know that was on
That's
there either.
huge.
That's big, eh?
That's huge.
Well, Thiago's coming off. What he?
The loss against Teixeira?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Glover Teixeira.
Yeah.
Tex.
I don't know.
Tex. I'm not
Sorry,
Brazilian enough
Glover, if
either.
you're listening in.
Yeah, I can't do it. Teixeira. Yeah, fuck. But that's gonna be awesome, dude.
Huge.
Thiago
That's
Santos is a
fire
beast.
Fight. They're both, beasts.
He's huge.
They both need. Oh no, Rakic is coming off of beating Anthony Smith. Wrestle Anthony Smith.
Wrestle.
Randomly. Out
Yeah,
of
yeah. All right, man.
Double leg. Good.
Yeah, held you down.
Yeah. And then he calls like John Jones. I was like, no, you don't.
No, I
You don't call for
know.
a title shot.
Yeah,
Maybe got lost in translation. I don't know.
true. Yeah.
He did good, right? Yeah, his coach.
He's like, no.
Yeah, cut his head off.
He's
I'll
got
cut
the-
his head off. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. No, you fucking idiot.
Yes, his wife is
Yes,
pregnant.
She has big love handles.
So who have you got for that? Have you got I guess it depends how Thiago comes back. That's always the question with these fights after someone has a layoff, especially after a loss. Actually hasn't been a big layoff.
I'm going on
Rakic?
record here. I got Rakic. Yeah,
You got Rakic?
I got Rakic.
Yeah, I mean
That guy's a
after his
motherfucker.
performance against Smith, I got Rakic as well.
I was surprised that he went that route because we were expecting a stand-up fight.
Yep.
Like to know that he's got that in his back pocket. Anthony Smith's no joke on the ground, man. He's
No
a
joke.
proper
Full black belt.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's got skills. So
But Anthony Smith has had some questionable fights in the last
where's
couple
his
of years.
head? Yeah,
Yeah,
where's he
I think it's more of a
upstairs?
mental thing with Anthony Smith because he's world class.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. I
It just-
got
I
love for that guy.
I know.
This is our problem. Though. We got love for everyone.
I know. But that's like also he had that home invasion and he was kind of a bit
Yes.
rocked after that.
And who did he fight? Was it the Glover fight?
Yeah, I think it was. And he was
Came out banging.
banging.
He was killing it. in
He
the
was
first-
murdering him.
his output
But then,
was
bro,
insane,
those
and
old
he's
Brazilian
fading.
dudes just take shots.
Yeah.
Like Shogun and like Glover like can still
Yeah.
fucking bang with the best of them. And
Yeah.
I reckon they're the scariest dudes in the
It's
division.
just a shame that they got to take all those shots before they put it on. You know,
Yeah.
They've got to wait for their opponent to get tired. That's such a shame. It hurts me to watch Shogun get hit. So.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude.
I don't know. I feel like that way with Alexei Olenek as well. It's just like watching like your dad get beat up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's like
just
got a
double-legging
receding
already.
hairline and shit, and I can see the fucking signs of aging, and then he's getting hit in the forehead, and he's just trying to like grasp a single, and I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like, no, stop hitting this old man.
Stop. Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you.
But yeah, I'd probably Rakic,
I got
but
Rakic.
fucking bikies, bro.
Look at me,
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at this keeps pulling on this fucking.
It's an inside job.
It's an inside job.
They don't want me to be heard.
Oh, it's like unwinding. Jesus. Hold on.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Right.
There we go. All right, good. We're off to the races. But then Thiago Santos also has a tattoo of a hammer on his chest. And that's not to be forgotten about.
No,
Because
no.
that's the real deal.
That is the real
He also
deal.
puts people out very quickly
does swing like a hammer.
With that metaphorical hammer.
Kicks well from southpaw too. I can see a high kick coming through for Santos.
Yeah.
But then...
Well, if he's shooting doubles and trying to, clinch and close the distance. But yeah, we will see.
MMA.
Yeah, it's MMA.
I didn't even know. That's sad that I didn't even know that was on this card.
It happens these days, though. There's so many stacked cards always.
Yeah.
So people get lost in the sauce.
How's Dana pulling through for the boys?
Oh, thank you. Shout out to Uncle Dana.
Thank you, Uncle Dana.
Fucking
he kept us sane.
Ruling the sports world, actually.
Yeah.
Seriously. And I'm glad that this is the sport that I follow, because during COVID, there was no sport. There was nothing else. Not that I give a shit.
Yeah.
But
they stopped cricket?
Oh no, he threw a ball. Yeah.
Oh no.
But there were fights fucking the week after.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That's how you do it, people.
Yeah.
When the whole world is telling you can't do it, find a fucking way to do it.
100%. 100%. And what was it? It was Ferguson Gaethje, wasn't it?
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't have to.
I didn't mean.
Stop.
Yeah, rough.
Yeah, rough.
Glad the fights were back, but fuck.
Yeah,
that was a
they
disappointment.
hurt.
That was one of those cards where afterwards we felt a little less like our soul just got.
Yeah, that stung.
I was like, what am I doing with my day? Like, do I text my friends? My phone's blowing up.
I took the rest of the day off. That was it for me. That was a wrap.
My phone's blowing up. Everyone's giving me the sad faces, unhappy.
Well, because he was the boogeyman. He was the boogeyman. Anyway, tangent again, off into Tony Ferguson. Sorry, guys, coming back to the card. Coming back to the card. Islam Makhachev.
Makhachev, Drew Dober.
Yep.
Southpaw versus Southpaw?
Yeah, Drew Dober's a southpaw.
Is Makhachev, though? I can't remember.
I actually don't know.
Strong Sambo guy.
I mean, according to Khabib, he's the lightweight king and he's coming in hot. I mean,
if that was my teammate, I'd be saying the same thing.
If hair and facial hair were an attribute,
he'd win.
Yes,
yeah. He's got that.
He's got the shaved head and the bushy Muslim beard. And, I mean, smish. The smish physique. I don't know. I mean, I'd say Islam probably because he's got all the hype at the moment. He's steamrolling dudes. But Drew Dober's no joke.
Drew Dober, he comes to bang. What's his wrestling credentials at Drew's?
I don't know.
Islam's wrestling's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I heard DC say in an interview today that Islam would beat Khabib in a straight wrestling match.
Yeah, okay.
If it was straight wrestling. Well, but that's straight wrestling.
And that's DC. That's his teammate too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I'm going to say Islam. I'm going to play it safe.
Yeah, I'm going to play it safe too.
I'd love for Drew to win.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'd say no though. Yeah. This is definitely his biggest fight to date as well.
I want to see Islam versus Dariush.
Beneil Dariush. Yeah, dude. That'd be awesome.
Dark horse.
Has he got a fight coming up, Beneil? I thought he got booked again.
Probably should.
Because he won
Hopefully it's a ranked guy, but higher than him.
I thought he did. Oh, he got someone, didn't he?
I'm not sure.
I swear he got a name after the last time.
Right. I haven't seen it.
I hope so.
But that'd be a good matchup.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Can't wait for that. And then, Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling.
All right. So, my unbiased opinion, I'm a striker. I love striking. I'm a heavy striker. But MMA-wise, I think Sterling...
I think Sterling
gets it done.
I think Sterling might sub... Shots. Yeah, I reckon he gets hit.
But I think he subs him, yeah.
I think he subs him too.
It's 25 minutes to be locked in a cage with a high-level black belt. Like, we saw what he just did to Sandhagen. Like, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, and if you saw what Sandhagen did to fucking Frankie Edgar...
What's the other guys that he just completely overshot?
Marlon? Was it Marlon?
Yeah, wheel kick.
Oh.
Wheel kick, yeah.
Wheel kick, yeah, kick the kicker.
Just as impressive.
Yeah, he's super impressive. Yeah, and Aljo subbed him in fucking 40. It was like 50 seconds, wasn't it? It was the first round.
I don't know. It was one of those things I was watching. I was like, "This isn't happening, is it?"
Yeah.
And then it was over.
It was such a quick script.
Everyone was all hyped. This is going to be a mad fight. This is going to be awesome. But he just fucking washed it.
I know. It looked like they were in the gym. It looked like it was just like, oh yeah, we'll have a couple rounds. Boom, rear naked choke. Ah, cool. All right, we'll go again.
Like the welterweight fucking taking out the featherweight.
Yeah.
In the sparring session, he's like, "No, I'm going to grab a hold of you, and that's it."
But Peter Yan's also a motherfucker.
Really, really active hips. So the takedown, it's going to be chain wrestling that gets him down to the ground because he's not going to get a single shot.
Nah.
Put him on his back.
I don't reckon either.
He's got to chain shit around. Aljo's saying he's going to Khabib him, and that's the best game plan for Sterling.
He's going to Khabib him, really?
That's what he's been saying. He's like, I'm going to Khabib you. And I believe it. But he's going to take some shots early. Like, he's going to be like, oh, fuck, I'm in a title fight. Yeah. I'm excited to see that one, though.
Is it Peter or Peter?
It's
It's
Petra.
Petra.
I don't know. I'm not Russian.
It's not the language I speak.
This language is no.
I can't say.
I see Petar.
Petar, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But I fucking felt bad for Aldo when he beat the shit out of Aldo. And Aldo took 30 punches too many. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was more like 50.
Yeah.
That's my guy. Aldo, I've got a soft spot.
For Aldo.
Any person that's been in the UFC for ages, I think I've got a soft spot. But especially for Aldo, because he was the king, and then McGregor just...
10 years, yeah.
Took
everything from him.
Took everything from him.
One fucking punch.
Yeah, Aldo's that motherfucker, though. I love that guy. But yeah, just... His leg kicks were working on Jan.
Yeah.
If he kept at it, but luckily Jan knows how to switch stance, so he's just as effective in southpaw. That's what saved him that fight, because his lead leg was fucked.
Yeah.
So I could see Sterling capitalising on that too.
I think he will if he takes a page out of Aldo's book.
Hopefully he does.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
I hope we get a good fight for it, because a good bantamweight fight, man, that goes the distance is just music to my ears.
Yeah.
Wait, so are these all 5 rounds? They have to be,
top 3, they're all title fights, so they've got to be.
It's going to be a long afternoon. I can't wait for that shit.
Gonna have to pack a lunch.
Yeah. I'll have to put some food on.
We'll get stuck here.
I'll put some food on.
So,
and, bro, I don't...
Domination, I mean.
Yeah, okay. I love Megan Anderson. She's from the Gold Coast as well.
She's an Aussie.
Shout out Megs. I'd love to see her do it. It'd be really cool to see her do it. But Amanda Nunes by everything.
Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, Slaughterhouse.
I think it's going to be ground. She's going to get her down and just
mount her probably and just
What she did to Durand, I mean.
Yeah, just neutralised her striking.
Same vibe.
Yeah, Nunes is just a different beast altogether.
Oh.
She's the lioness.
Shevchenko is the only girl that can rival.
Well, Shevchenko arguably beat her once. The second time, hey.
Yeah.
That was like super controversial, I remember.
Yeah.
Amanda won on paper, which is all that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shevchenko. Well, because when you consider that no one can fuck with Shevchenko.
They're at the pinnacle. Not just in women's MMA, they're both amazing.
Yeah.
MMA fighters. Like, it's insane. I lean towards Shevchenko, though. I don't know.
What, in a third fight?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
After, you reckon she's like learnt enough from the first 2?
Yeah, I think she's got it dialed. Her fight IQ is insane. She's always traveling. She's going to different gyms, picking up new tricks and all that. And Amanda might be doing the same thing, but I don't know. I just got a feeling about Shevchenko.
Yeah, true. That's the only fight that Amanda has left in terms of competition. Because even this Megan Anderson fight, no disrespect to Megan Anderson, but she didn't earn that title shot. No. She came off a lot. No, I think she beat her last opponent, but before that was losses, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
She got wrestle fucked by Holly Holm. Although she had Holly in trouble, if you remember.
Do
you remember that?
I think I've seen that fight.
Yeah, I think we watched it together because she head kicked her in the first round. We were going, oh, she kicked the kickboxer,
right.
And then she because she trains with John Jones and shit and Jackson Wink, and she just fucking wrestle fucked her.
Holly does.
Yeah,
and
beat her.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
See, if Holly can do that, Amanda most certainly
110% can do that.
How long ago was that fight?
Holly?
Yeah, Holly and Megan.
Like a year, probably.
A year
and a bit, maybe.
Same thing's gonna happen.
I think, yeah.
Sorry. I hope you do win, Megan. I hope you do.
Dude,
you're a cool
Amanda's like $1.08. Yeah.
Says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. If you like minimum wage, that's a good bet. Fuck. And the main event, Israel Adesanya versus another Jan, but this is Jan Blachowicz. Or Jan.
Spelled differently.
I would never call him Jan to his face. Yeah. Hey, Jan. Never.
From a safe distance. I'm a faster runner than him.
I like Izzy in this. But we've never seen him at light heavyweight. So we'll see if his power translates. We'll see if he's like how he looks physically standing next to Jan Blachowicz because he's huge.
He's a big boy. Big
boy. But I feel like he might be too elusive for Jan.
It's finesse versus power. It's like Izzy's last matchup, I think.
Yeah. Jan's he's very good, but he's very
plotting.
Very orthodox, like Anthony Joshua, you know. But if he catches you, you're going to sleep.
With a left hook, I can see that. He reckons high kick. He's going to high kick, is he? It's like, all right. Gastelum, before we say that.
Gastelum did high kick.
He hit him with a head kick. I just watched that fight.
But also, he was not expecting to get high kicked from Gastelum because Gastelum's 5'9". I can't even believe Gastelum's feet can go that high.
God. Power to that guy.
That was one of the best.
I got a lot of love for that guy.
Me too, bro.
I want him to move down.
That was my favourite fight.
If he moves down, he's a world champion.
Yeah.
I just can't see him beating these big boys.
Nah, I know. Not again.
No, I've seen him beat
after
big boys.
Well, he had that run, but now,
I
think it's a different story now that he's been beaten. But
back to the point. Izzy, I've got Izzy finesse.
Yeah, I got Izzy by finesse too. I think it'd be Matador versus the
bull.
Yeah, again.
But Jan, he plots, but he doesn't follow too much. So he does cut off. He doesn't fall into the same traps that what's his name, Costa.
Yeah.
Costa was like unusually
Costa tried to do the mental game. Yeah. Costa was going,
you're not gonna do that with Izzy.
And Izzy was kind of like, no, we're fighting now.
Yeah.
Like, that's all done. We've done the press conference and stuff. We should fight now.
And he said that, what's his name, Romero. He was like, Romero was doing all this, doing all the show.
Yeah, and then he did the same thing.
He did the exact same thing. What are you fucking doing? Pull your head in, mate.
Well, that's what Izzy said, that he figured out his game plan immediately. It was to get Izzy to
come in.
To launch in. He was like,
he's not going to do that.
I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Cool. Stand on the outside, chewed his leg up, and then once the leg was chewed, that was it. So by the time Costa came in,
it's over. You got no foundation.
Yeah, he smashed it.
Compromise, yeah.
And that was his biggest test to date, and he did it like in
Izzy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, every time someone fights, it's their biggest fucking test to date.
I still think Yoel's the scariest fucking test of anyone's career.
But Yoel didn't do it, man.
But he did it. But there's a reason.
In his last,
there's a reason why he didn't
exactly
do it.
Right, exactly
That's
right.
What people
it's like Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou, that fight. They just respected each other's power so much that they did nothing throughout the whole fight.
And that's a very real thing. You get hit with those small gloves, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to do my game plan anymore.
Yeah, so it was clear that Yoel's whole game plan was weight and counter.
Right. And he landed that big overhand.
Yeah, and then Izzy
ate it.
Fuck.
And Izzy's like, fuck that, I'm going to stay at range.
Yeah.
Fair play. If you got hit by Yoel Romero, you'd play the range game too.
Fucking oath.
If you got the attributes, man, use them. Don't. Yeah. So I know I like Izzy against everyone. This is probably because I'm a tall, rangy kickboxing Muay Thai guy myself.
Exactly.
Don't hate the play, hate the game.
Yeah. And he's from the best part of the hemisphere.
Yeah. He's on our side, baby.
Yeah.
I like him against I want to see him versus John Jones. Man.
So do I, but John's going up. He's getting away from him. His only challenge.
I love the fact that I love it and I hate it that Izzy went up just as John relinquished his belt. He went up, and then Izzy's like, all right, I'm going to go up. Just to fuck with him, get in the mind. Izzy thinks, man. He's next level.
He is next level.
He's
very in
like
John
McGregor.
Jones's head. Remember when he had John tweeting like a 14-year-old girl?
Yeah. That's all up here. He's living up here.
Rent free, as they say.
Izzy's saying is correct. He's the young guy. He's not getting in trouble. You know, he's not fucking hitting pregnant women and running and fleeing the scene. He's not fucking
punching old men in
pubs. If he is, we haven't heard about it.
If he is, he's very good at it. He's very good. He's so good you don't even know about it.
He's got a great disguise. You know, he wears a hoodie. But yeah, everything he's saying, I agree.
Same.
He's in the head. He's in the head.
He is. Oh, that'd be the best. That probably would be the biggest fight of. That'd be the biggest fight of all time.
Hands down. Other than GSP versus Khabib, but I think that ship sailed.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's my fight.
It's still there. It's still always there, and
I've got GSP,
and I've got GISP as well. I just recently watched GSP versus Bisping, and that was fucking epic.
I watched it like 2 days ago. When I was messaging you, I was
if they fought at a catch weight, I'd.
See, that's the thing. Yeah,
because it wouldn't
do it at 170.
Yeah,
if he was going to do it at 170, he would have gone up already. He wouldn't. You know what I mean?
And that's my problem with Khabib as well. Yeah, that's my problem with Khabib being the GOAT as well, because he's beaten 5 really high level dudes. And yes, he has fucking steamrolled them, 100%. But he never went up in weight. No. He never had like a big challenge. Like the guys he versed were always strikers. He never had anyone that could challenge.
Neutralize.
Yeah.
And when he did that T-Bow guy, the really strong guy that conveniently cuts so much weight, similar amount of weight that Khabib cuts. Khabib couldn't get him down. I think he won. I think T-Bow won that fight. I think T-Bow actually took him down, Khabib.
Yeah.
And like he might have got like high numbers in the striking, but I thought T-Bow won that fight because he had strong fundamentals, really good wrestling, and I'm pretty sure he's a black belt on the ground too.
Yeah, I think he is.
Khabib couldn't get his game going. Could not. He was just running into a brick wall because the guy is just as big as him and just as skilled.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I respect Khabib. I do. Striker. I'm always gonna go for striker. But I think he's just cutting. He cuts so much weight. It's just the perfect recipe to win.
100%.
Bigger guy, really strong. He's dominant. Like the positions he gets you in, it's taxing.
If he closes
he gets a hold of you, his weight. and his knowledge on like where to put his weight and this and that. You can't argue with it. He's amazing.
And his next step is always so devastating. It's like he's down, and then your legs are tied, and he's posturing up. It's like there's never
you got to protect your head.
Every time you see other fighters, they're working their way up. They're trying to pass half guard. They're trying to like.
His whole system's amazing.
Yeah, it's flawless. So as soon as it's on the ground, it's pretty much done. Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah, it's amazing. Good on him. But yeah, I think it's because he's so much heavier than these guys.
Well, he nearly dies trying to cut weight. His liver's shut down on multiple occasions.
But the Gaethje weigh-in, where like did you see the weight? Yeah, how many times has that been like?
When he on the towel or whatever, hands on the towel, stand, lift the hands, all those all those tricks he got from DC.
Yeah. See, I don't know.
I don't know about it either.
I don't know about it all, but I'm probably just salty because he beat all my boys.
Yeah,
he fucking destroyed Barbosa.
It's funny though now how much better it looks for Conor in that fight.
How well he did.
At the time, it was like, oh, he got fucked up the whole time, but he lasted longer than fucking anyone really. Yeah. Well, except for like Ally Quinter and those kind of fights, but
which is cool. He's a gangster.
Al is a gangster.
Cool. McGregor, he did amazing. He did well, but I don't know, fucking such a shame. It's such a shame that he got everything he wanted. Selfishly, I wish he didn't get all those titles. He never should have gone. He never should have had that boxing fight. And Dana, it's Dana's fault. Yeah, Dana ruined it.
He did. Yeah. He did. But he believed that he was going to beat him.
We all did.
Oh, I did too. I was sold. I went to gold class at the cinemas.
Yeah.
I had my popcorn and shit. Yeah.
We all did, man. We all did. But McGregor's he's got that way about it. He makes you believe.
Yeah.
And but yeah,
he does.
It is what it is. I fucking Mayweather. The boxers, man, they're ruining our sport.
Well, it's such a specific game that they play in boxing. You can stand like this close, but you can only hit people a certain way.
Yeah.
And it's just
if they get a hold of you, you got to break it up like that.
Yeah, bro. Did you watch the boxing of the weekend with Joseph Parker and the other
guy from City Kickboxing?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
It was the most boring fucking fight I've ever seen in my life. It was like they were like standing, throw, head into the armpit. Head into the armpit, hold, clinch, hold. And like obviously someone that does jiu-jitsu like myself was just infuriating to me. Because I'm like, you're getting guillotined 70 times.
Stop putting yourself there.
Yeah, stop fucking putting yourself there. I'm like, this is bullshit. This is such bullshit.
Get your hips in.
I was like, at least get the wrist up in there, you know what I mean? At least put it on his esophagus, make him know.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, it was shit to watch. I love boxing when it's done beautifully. Like Canelo. Do you watch Canelo smash that dude who, no idea who his name was?
I didn't. I'm interested to see him against, what's his name? Tyson Fury's...
I think I was going to say Tyson Fury. I was like, I'd like to watch that as a spectacle. Or like in the car park even.
He's stable, mate. He's a southpaw, real elusive, good head movement. Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders.
Oh, yeah.
I want to watch that fight. That's the fight. I don't care about these people that... like. Canelo's pound for pound the best. If Mayweather
beat him when he was
young,
20 or
smart.
Yeah,
smart on Mayweather.
Yeah, well, that's
very smart.
Mayweather is smart. He can't read, but he's smart.
Yeah.
He's like a genius, but he can't read.
But he's not
or
a genius.
Write. Yeah. He's a genius. Just don't give him a quiz.
Yeah.
Multiple choice, please. No handwritten answers. No, I can't. I got gloves on. I can't. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Punch. Yeah. Genius took him early. But yeah, Canelo's leaps and bounds beyond all these guys.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize how young Canelo was until the other day. Jazz was telling me, and I was like, holy shit.
He's only early, is it 30?
Yeah, it's like just. Yeah, he's like 31, 32 or something.
That's fucking insane.
And like
so many
it's like 54-2 or something fucked up like that.
One.
Yeah, one. Mayweather.
And one draw with GG.
That's right.
GG. Which I think he lost the first fight.
I think he did too. But he also had steroids up his ass, didn't he?
Oh, he probably still does. Let's be real.
Yeah. Oscar De La Hoya.
A lot of them probably have steroids.
Dude, the reality of steroids in professional sports is fucked. You've seen Icarus, haven't you?
Yeah.
That documentary on Netflix. Yeah. That's made me just go, I don't know then.
How's that Russian? Is it correct that Russians can't compete in the next Olympics?
Yep. Yeah. That could be the fucking clip of the podcast.
Does that not say it all?
It does.
This is another thing, yeah. Like,
and that makes me look at Khabib and just kind of go, how Russian are you?
That's what, but secretly we want any excuse.
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, I fucking told you.
Then a Connor gets done, he'd be like, nah, he was spiked or something, I don't know.
It was the cocaine.
Yeah.
Same cocaine.
Someone put steroids in my cocaine.
I told you not to do that. That's illegal.
Yeah, that was John Jones. Big dick pills, whatever the fuck.
Off, God. Oh, excuse my language. Just kidding, guys. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So this is the topic that we have conversed on vigorously. The USADA. So USADA.
Yeah.
Say I'm just going to pick a random country, Brazil. So they
randomized, guys. It was randomized.
Random. Yeah,
this wasn't pre-planned.
Yeah. Mayweather's multiple choice. It came out. So USADA doesn't actually travel to the country.
They hire. Yeah.
They hire out contractors. They outsource the contractors. So they'll hire a Brazilian company to go and test the athletes, and then they'll come back and they'll get all the tests and all that done. And so same thing with like Russia and wherever, Cuba. So that's that's an alarm bell.
Yeah, well, because
that's a red flag.
100%.
That sucks.
As if they don't travel around with them.
Yeah, because there's corrupts. As we know, there's
corruption everywhere.
We were saying earlier, like there's bad apples everywhere. There's corruption everywhere. Like no matter what country, there's going to be bad people. So like, who's to say? Once again, random Brazil. Maybe the president wants his athletes to look good, so he gives them that edge against all of us, the other guys. I'm not saying everyone else is clean. The other countries probably doing the same thing. But yeah, I think the whole system's a bit cooked. It's a bit fucked.
I was very taken back when I heard that as well, because I thought USADA was coming in as this governing body that was going to travel around and be strict. And
no, it's just I don't know.
So does that mean just the fights that are being held in like Vegas are okay, or like regulated, or like?
To be honest, I don't know. So there's sometimes there's post-fight drug tests, there's pre-fight drug tests. It's all random. So it's like, I don't know. I just think if you're going to do it correctly, have a company that you trust. You've got X amount of people. Everyone's all trustworthy. We'll blah 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 blah. Go overseas. Test the guys, come back, everything's safe, nothing's being tainted with. Yeah. And have it. You know what I mean? Buy USADA. Don't bring in a third party that can be paid off.
Yeah.
You know
easily.
Look at Paulo Costa, guys.
Yeah.
Jamie, can we
pull that shit up real quick?
Can we pull that shit up? Like, look at Paulo Costa's physique, and you look at his hairline. He's only a young lad. He's only a bit older than me, or I was like similar age. He's going bald. And that's like you can see his hair's really thin. He's fucking.
I know his skin's too tight.
Skin's way too tight, and like.
I know it's. He looks like he's fighting out of the 90s.
Yeah, just fuck off.
Because I was watching some old UFC like a few weeks ago, and Alyssa was like, "These dudes are fucking huge," and I'm like, "Yeah," because they
God douche,
because they didn't use to check their piss.
Yeah. No.
But now it's like EPO and shit. It's a different story. It's not always just how big they are. It's more about the endurance and stuff. You know, like TJ Dillashaw. I love TJ, bro.
Yeah, we react like that because we love TJ.
I love TJ. He was like
amazing fight.
I backed him for the two Cody fights and stuff. Yeah, and then he lost. Yeah, you didn't.
Cody fucking win, bastard. I didn't realize Cody had that aggression, that little mongrel in him. Technically speaking, Cody. Got it done, but
Cody, emotions aside, could have had a very different career.
Yes. If he performed, I know you don't like me bringing it up, but the way he fought against Dominic Cruz, like, that's the best bantamweight, I thought.
It was, because I spoke to CB about this the other day as well, because we watched Amanda Nunes versus Rousey.
Yeah.
And that head movement, no. We were watching that,
never gets sold.
And I was like, that's the same card as Garbrandt Dominic Cruz. It was the same day we were watching that. I think it was the fight beforehand.
First fight?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it was unbelievable. He was just dancing around him, and Dominic was the footwork king, and
like head movement king.
Yeah,
Cody's doing all this fucking
dancing in front of him and shit. Yeah. The only reason I didn't like him in that is because he could have finished him twice and didn't, and just showboated his way to the finish. And I was kind of like, "Fuck this little prick." Yeah, his neck tats and shit. But yeah, I came around.
So confident he didn't need to knock him out. He kept on because he's got his number.
Yeah, and I do respect that as well.
Fair play to you.
Yeah, but then when he knocked out, who did recently. What's his name?
Asunzao.
Yeah, Asunzao.
Dude.
Yeah, he like reached into his back pocket. He was like, I got something for you. Yeah. That won me back.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He's phenomenal, man.
So nervous watching it.
Yeah.
So nervous.
Well, because after
That was the Sugar Eddie Wineland.
Yeah. Same night.
Yeah. Or same day.
Yeah.
That was mid-COVID.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. That was sick, man. That was sick.
Yeah, that was insane. I was so nervous watching him. But then watching him walk to the cage and DC's like, he looks like Teen Wolf. He's got his hair back. He's got his beard. I was like, all right, this can work.
Yeah.
And then, got the finish.
He did.
I want to see him fight Figueiredo for the flyweight title.
I think you've been calling him out, eh?
He was matched for it, and then he got COVID real bad. And
Did he get COVID? I didn't know that.
He actually got COVID.
Oh, true.
Maybe something else. He had something else wrong with him. But anyway.
So did Gilbert Burns, eh? He actually got COVID. That's why he was out of the Usman fight.
Usman the first time. And then, fuck.
That's another one.
That's another thing,
But
too.
Usman's...
Watching that Usman fight, I like Gilbert Burns and everything.
I love him.
As they were starting to walk out, I turned. I was with Charlotte, and I was like, why am I going for Usman? And she's like, what? You're going for the wrestler? And I was like, yeah, why? I don't know. And then it's probably because of all the hate that he gets. I got the DC vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone...
when he won, I was full team Usman when he was like, taking what from who.
Oh, that was gangster. That was...
Chills down my spine,
Put that
mate.
on a shirt, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Taking what from who?
Taking what from who?
Looking dead in the car.
Yeah, it was pretty sick, man.
That was some gangster shit.
That was cool.
I thought that was awesome. But before he walking out, I was going for Usman. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why. And then he got clipped early.
Oh, he got put down. I know.
Championship hard.
But then, dude, Trevor Whitman, fucking coach of the year almost, for when he was on the stool and he goes, you're a champion because of your jab. That's what he said to him on the stool. You're a champion because of your jab. Don't forget that. He comes out, bam, sits him straight in his ass with a jab. It was awesome.
Trevor Whitman. What can you say about that guy?
Yeah.
The man. He's one of those minds for the sport.
100%.
That we needed for it to elevate.
Yeah.
And there's going to be more and more and more. And it's crazy how much we've evolved in a short time period.
Everyone's so good these days, man. Everyone knows everything. Yeah. There's not like...
Purists.
There's not does he know jiu-jitsu? Like, no, everyone knows jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he's just casually a black belt. Everyone's a black belt now.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
There's heaps.
But then you question, this is something that we've got into, the legitimacy. Not legitimacy, like the level of the black belt. Like Sterling said after he submitted Sandhagen, he's like, I'm a black belt. Like,
there's levels to everything.
I'm a Matt Serra black belt. Yeah, and it makes you wonder how many are getting,
Well, BJ Penn got his black belt in 5 years, right? Legendary BJ Penn, fucking world beater. And he got submitted in 30 seconds to Ryan Hall from a heel hook. Rolled the wrong way. Yeah. Blew his knee out.
Questionable.
It's not. Doesn't mean his black belt's like it was questioned, but it's But Ryan Hall is like a
black
leaps
belt.
Black belt, like a fucking legit full leg entanglements are a whole different thing altogether as well.
Fuck yeah.
And then are you a black belt in the gi?
Yeah, or are you no-gi guy? Yeah.
It's like...
I'd say in the majority I would be gi.
Majority would be gi.
Yeah.
Because like a legitimate black belt in BJJ would be through the gi.
Yeah.
Unless you're like 10th planet black belt, which like Gastelum is.
Yeah. But he got heel hooked by Joker.
Yes.
Early too.
Which is impressive for him because he's like double his height. I thought, and like got his leg and everything. I was like, wow, it'd surely be easy for him to like get his leg out. But I guess they were too dry and...
Yeah, strange. I don't know.
I guess you just wouldn't have been expecting it from him, probably, but...
Well, we weren't.
No.
I wasn't expecting a fucking heel hook from old mate.
I always go mental when I see a heel hook, though.
Yeah, I know. Any sort of jiu-jitsu, like anything to do with jiu-jitsu, I'm like, I wait for my phone, I'm like, Tom's going to talk about this.
There's going to be an I told you so coming.
Tom, did you see that? Yeah, classic. I love it. What were we talking about? The legitimacy of the...
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying...
USADA and stuff, yeah. It's just... When I watched Icarus, it was just... It took me back how easy it is for them to just go, bad piss, good piss.
Yeah.
Like, it was just... It's that simple.
Superman? Normal person.
Yeah. Well, apparently they put, like, fucking heaps of sodium and shit. Like, they just blow the levels out to the point where it's unrecognizable. Right. It's like, I don't know what's going on with that. Well, that's what it was in that Icarus documentary.
Yeah.
For those who don't know what that is, go watch it because it's unbelievable.
It's an eye-opener.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan did he point you in?
Yeah, I've watched it a few years ago. I think it might have been Joe Rogan that put me on, probably subconsciously. Anyway,
100%. I mean, that's how I found it.
A little bit influenced.
Shout outs to Joe.
Shahagan!
Why do you smoke?
Why do you smoke?
The memes.
Oh, too many memes. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's... How do you feel about it, like, going into a sport knowing that it could be...
drug cheats.
Yeah, there is drug cheats. Because in professional jiu-jitsu, there is no testing. They're all on roids.
Have you seen the meme where it's like, oh, you don't need to be strong to do jiu-jitsu? Then it's like the highest level jiu-jitsu guys and they're fucking yolked out.
Yeah.
Because they have to, though. If they don't yolk out, the guy that's yolking, doing the roids, he's going to smoke them. So they have to. And then it corrupts the whole, I don't know.
It's funny, though, because, like, you go back to, like, UFC 1 with, like, Hoist Gracie and him tapping out all those juice-head turkeys. And, like, that was, like, the best thing ever.
That's because no one knew jiu-jitsu to that level.
And then now that jiu-jitsu's gotten so popularized and no one's testing anyone's piss, it's just like fucking pay your money, go and compete on the mats. It's like
perfect story,
I think because there's no striking and like no threat of concussions that everyone's like, well, it's all right. You can tap if you're sore. You know what I mean? I think that's why it's like not as frowned upon. Because with MMA, it's like it could be devastating, the effects of someone being super jacked up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, ask Michael Bisping's eye.
Yeah, what eye?
Yeah.
But same thing. If you get a heel hook on and you crank it too much, like that Paul Harris guy does.
Yeah,
that can change a guy, especially a jiu-jitsu guy. They could be nervous every time they enter into the 50-50 position. And now they're mentally checked out because the guy was on roids and he didn't know when to let go.
Yeah,
in his whole life he's been trained to let go when that happens.
Yeah,
so like, I don't know. How do I feel? I like the fact that they gas quicker.
Yeah.
So if you're on roids and you can't finish me in the first round, watch out, motherfucker. But I don't like the fact that they're like so much stronger. They can get more time on the mats and their recovery is
it's more the recovery.
So they can put in like ridiculous hours at the gym and then wake up fresh as and do it all again.
I mean, I like that the testing's so good that they can pick up picograms and like residual effects of steroids from like years prior even. Yeah. But if they're not testing in each country, then what does that even mean? Because for a minute there, I was like, oh, awesome. It's so good that it's picking up people that did steroids like from their last cycle, you know what I mean? Not even like currently.
Yeah.
But then when you were telling me about how in each country they just outsource fucking scientists and shit, I'm like, well, what the fuck?
That's not good. That's a hole in the system that they need to fix. They need to fill it before people get hurt.
Well, that's the thing though. There's holes in every system.
So, howdy.
How are we?
Are we back live?
How are we going for anyway?
We've got an hour and 20.
I knew this was going to happen.
That's why I didn't... 12. See, that's why I didn't fucking write notes. I knew it was going to be like...
get us in the same room. We're laughing.
Yeah.
We'll be here all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've probably gone by now.
Yeah, that's true. There's one person still listening. He's like an MMA enthusiast. It's like my mate, Matho.
Yeah.
He's like the one person that's still listening.
Still gonna...
I agree with everything they're saying. But yeah. So, any other thoughts?
Don't know. Maybe we can wrap it up there.
I think
gone for a juicy amount of time, covered on all the bases.
I see what you did
hey, brought it back to that juice. Well, thank you for listening, guys. Thank you to Dazz Kolovos. Remember the name. Soon to be pro. Currently amateur, pro level.
Give me a couple of years, guys. You'll see me.
Yeah, put him in front of him. He'll knock him down. I'm excited to see your career grow.
My man. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for having me.
No worries at all.
Oos.